Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's up, guys? We are 1 minute away from starting this podcast. I have some amazing guests. Let me introduce you real quick. Flip this thing. We have Laura and Gary with Monteleone's and Blue Moon Drive-In. We have Michelle with Hippie Girl Natural Products, and we have Cynthia with the Johnny Cash Bar. Thanks so much for joining me, y'all. I appreciate it. Every Wednesday at 4 p.m. you guys can catch me here live on my Facebook page. If you're interested in asking questions to any of my guests, just go on and ask in the comments, and I'll ask them so we can get those answered for you. And we're just going to do a deep dive into meeting new local businesses that you may have heard of. It's been a minute since you've been there, or maybe you've never heard of them and you need to go and check them out. Thanks for going local, and as always, tell them I sent you. Just bear with us. We have a couple more minutes till we go live. I'm just winging it, man. This smells so good. You guys have to go check out Hippie Girl. She's near downtown off the Access Road. I love her products. What's up, El Paso? Welcome back to this week's Annie's Adventures podcast. Thanks for joining us. Every week at 4 p.m. I'm bringing different local businesses to interview. Let me turn this camera. We are live on YouTube or something, on Annie's Adventures Facebook, on Dialogue Internet Radio's Facebook, and on their website. Again, every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Today's awesome guests, I would like to introduce to you. Let me flip this camera. I have Laura and Gary from Monteleone's and the Blue Moon Drive-In. I have Michelle with the Hippie Girl Natural Products, and I have Cynthia with Johnny Cash Bar. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I'm super excited to have you all here.
Thank you.
I love all your businesses. Let me start off by saying that y'all bring some fun stuff to El Paso. So I'm super excited to start. How I like to start these podcasts, hi guys, is just talk a little bit about marketing and let some people know out there's a lot of businesses that are coming to the scene, and it's always just nice to know what other business owners know, and incorporate that into our own business. So as you guys know, I do work at Leo Marketing. We're a local full service marketing agency. If you guys ever need help with your business for brokering deals for TV, radio, billboard, print, or OTT, I can help you with that at zero cost. I will go on and negotiate those deals for you. And we can also help you with social media, video production, graphic design, photography, SEO, Google, branding, everything and anything for marketing, advertising. I can help you here in Central El Paso under one roof. Without further ado, I'd like to go on and start with Laura and Gary. I just learned Monteleone's has been open for 20 years. I did not know it's been open that long. That's amazing. So my first question for all my guests is a marketing question. What type of marketing do you guys use to get people to come and notice you guys and come visit you? And do you have any tips or advice for business owners?
I think just with the uniqueness of our business, that has definitely helped us. We have a lot of word of mouth that we do.
Yes.
And a small thing that we do, but it definitely works, is our Facebook followers. Right. We offer free appetizer, dessert. Follow us on Facebook.
Yes.
And we'll post on there for the day, and that seems to help bring people
right in. And you guys have code words or whatever it is, they come in, and it's like if you follow them on social media, then you get these benefits. So make sure to follow them on social media out there. And for Blue Moon Drive-In, that's the new kid on the block. You
Right.
just opened it. How did you get everybody to know about you guys?
Well, we kind of, once I put the screen up and it had the name and everything, people started to grow some interest.
Yeah. Well, I saw the screen before I even knew what was
Right.
going on. Yeah.
Right.
But I knew you had something to do with it.
Yeah.
Because it's right next door to Monteleone's and right off the Access Road. You can't miss it.
Right. And I got together with a friend of mine from Hollywood to get the movies and everything.
Oh,
so we have
wow.
all the old trailers from the dancing hot dogs and all that at
Yes.
the beginning, the cartoons, and then the previews.
All the nostalgia is there.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
that's awesome. So you guys, basically, it's such a niche item that you guys are offering that you put it out there and people's eyes just kind of started glowing.
Right.
I've been once. It was awesome. I completely recommend it, but we'll deep dive into the Blue Moon drive-in right now. Do you have any tips or advice for business owners that you all would recommend? Knowing the El Paso market is not like any other market out there.
Yeah. Well, whatever I do is very unique and different.
Yes,
and
it's niche.
I think that that's a great way to go.
I would agree with that too. Yeah, having a niche. Awesome. You have any recommendations or anything to add to that, Laura?
No, we've definitely relied on word of mouth, and people know what we have with Monteleone's restaurant, so I think that's definitely helped with the Blue Moon.
Right, exactly. And you guys also have wrap and roll?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, but we'll get into those other fun restaurants right now. Michelle, if you don't mind, how long have you been around, for one? And what type of marketing do you find works for you guys? And do you have any tips or advice for business owners?
Sure. So I first became an entrepreneur in 2008. So I don't know, it's been a minute. And I have always relied on social medias like for marketing, and mostly Instagram I think has had a lot of my days depending on the people that I was looking for. With the spa, we relied more on kind of like Monteleone's, we relied on word of mouth. Like there wasn't really a lot of advertising, but with the creation of Hippie Girl in 2012, we did need to be out there for the market. So we started on all platforms: Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, everything. I mean, I'm on everything.
Yeah.
But then I decided to just focus on Instagram because that's the platform that I'm more comfortable with, and that I like kind of like, I think that it's more helpful for my business.
Sure.
So that's what I went with. I believed and relied on the power of social media. Even when I didn't have a website or anything, social media always got me through.
Right. It's kind of one of those things where if you're not on it, you're missing the boat, in my opinion. It's a free service to utilize until you've reached the point when you're really wanting to play the game. Then you start doing the proper paid posts and stuff like that. But if you're not even on it, just utilizing the free stuff that it offers, we want to do that. Do you have any tips or advice for business owners?
I would say social media is a great way to get around now, like especially like you said, like you can do it for free or you can play it. We've decided to we do so well with social media that we do in-house social media. So I have whoever they are my assistants that day, their job is to be on social media.
Awesome.
And that helps out a lot for me, like to have somebody that maybe would have otherwise had just a part-time position. Now they have more hours because they're adding like 2 to 3 hours a day for social media. So it's just kind of how you look at it. But I do think that social media plays a big role in marketing, so I've decided to invest in it that way.
And what I'm also hearing is that you're constantly keeping fresh content, which is also
absolutely.
key. You don't want to recycle the same stuff over and over again, because then they get tired and bored with it, and they kind of they all may still follow you, but they'll just scrolling through past you, right? So you want to keep it fresh and current.
And stay constantly on there. People are on social media 24/7,
especially in El Paso.
At 3 in the morning, at 4 in the morning,
Yes.
at 5 in the morning. When I wake up early at 4:30 in the morning, there's already people on social media. So it doesn't even matter what time it is. Like if you're constantly on there all day, you're going to constantly be reaching out to different people. I
like to recommend people using Facebook like their own TV station. And they're the experts in their own fields, you know what I mean? And then Instagram I like to look at it like a magazine, you know what I mean? Like it's easier to see all the content instead of scrolling through Facebook and going through different channels and stuff like that. Where on Instagram, it's just laid out there like a magazine. So utilize those tools for sure. Thank you. Cynthia, how about you for your businesses? What type of marketing have you found works for you? And do you have any tips or advice?
Yes, so my two businesses are drastically different. So I have Cash Bar on the east side, and then I have immigration law practice, and I'm a solo practitioner. So the immigration law practice I've been doing now for 10 years, and I've done it all. Like we've done magazine, we've done radio, and honestly, for me, immigration is a federal practice, so we have clients all over the country. We have clients in other countries, and for us, what really works is SEO. I mean, we focus a lot on SEO.
It's important.
The image is also really important. People want to trust their attorney, so we realized that was, at first I was hesitant, like, no, I don't want to be out there all the time and pictures of me,
right?
And,
but they want to be comfortable. Yeah.
So SEO is probably the number one thing that we do. And I also have a whole team that kind of helps with that, that handles my marketing and stuff like that. With the bar, we just do, honestly, it's so new. We opened in November during the middle of the pandemic. So we really, right now, our focus, or the focus for me at least, is really getting everything up to par, the food, the service. So we haven't been spending a lot of dollars on marketing and things like that, because I want to make sure
it's solid first.
Yeah, it's solid first. So right now what we really do is just a lot of social media, making sure that we constantly have content on Instagram, on Facebook. People know the specials. So that's really been the focus right now.
Dollar tacos.
I was just going to say, her tacos are freaking amazing.
Yes, people
They're so
love
good.
the tacos. When we're closed, everyone, like, all the messages, are you guys going to bring back the brisket tacos? So we do have the dollar tacos on Tuesdays. But yeah, the right specials in place and things like that for that. I think my one piece of advice really would be to get professional help when you can.
Yes.
It's really hard. I'm a big proponent of having a team to be successful. So, yeah, like you guys, your company is people who can do that for you and know what they're doing, you know, the proper hashtags, and you know, if not, you're just throwing dollars at something that doesn't work.
Right.
Because for us, you know, magazines and stuff are great, but it just really wasn't bringing in customers. So you have to really see what it is that works for the type of business that you're doing, and having somebody who that's what they do, you know, is really important.
Right,
so
right. I love that you said
feasible, but when you get
if
to
you
that
can,
point,
yeah. Definitely. And it's just that perceived value too, right? We want to show people this is who we are. We're not, you know.
Yeah, or you become the professional, like Michelle. I mean, Michelle is on it now with the social media. I mean,
but I have a team too. Just like you said. I have Annie helping me, and Annie's my consultant, and then I have a photographer.
Yeah.
Well, I have several photographers, and then I have a
models,
video guy. I have an audio guy. You know, it depends on what I need.
Yeah.
And I don't use them all the time. They're not like on my payroll, but when I need them, these are freelancing people that I know I can reach out to. Because you're right, you can't do it all, and I have a business to run, so I can't run the social media. But my employees, and kind of like a Johnny Cash, they're younger and they know the even like better trends than we do.
Right. They're up to date with it all.
And
They have like some sort of.
and it's hard too, because it has to be constant. I mean, you have to constantly have stuff out there, and so that can get difficult.
It's time consuming, because even I tell people you need to post at least once a day, at least. Like on Annie's Adventures, sometimes I'll post like 3 times a day or whatever it is, because your organic reach is so low. And in the stories, I really encourage people to use those, because I get more views on my stories than I do my daily content. And it's a lot of times people who aren't currently following me, it leads them to my page to like my page and so forth. It's all a big chess game, and you just got to play it.
And there's so many numbers out there too. I mean, there's so much analysis that can take place. I mean, Frank Luna from the church is the one that helps me with
He's the best.
the bar. He's the best. And they look at numbers. When's your peak time that people are looking at your posts? You know, are they looking at your stories? Are they clicking through? So all of that stuff is very time consuming to
also
process.
The algorithms. So if you're just posting at the highest time, you start being hidden on but if you're posting all day, then that makes a difference. So we have somebody post in the morning, and then like they post when they come in, and then they have their
There's a
duties.
schedule,
right? And then it's like at 4 you have to do this, and then at 6, and then at 8. So it constantly goes like the whole day of people having to post. So but you're right, we have no idea. That's why we hire people.
And it's
like
constantly
Frank
changing, and yeah, you're right. Like marketing agencies and these people who help you, your team, that's what they're there for. They're there to keep up with it all and help you move forward. So awesome, thank you. Do you have any tips or advice? I don't know if we covered that.
I think that would be that. Just getting professionals when you can. If you have to do it on your own,
do it.
At least just do it. But don't throw money at something and just hope that it hits, because social media is
tricky.
There's a whole science to it.
It's constant.
And that's what I when people tell me, oh, I tried it, but it doesn't work. No. It works. You just don't know how to work it. And that's okay because most people don't. You know, you have to spend time and read and dive in, and it's a whole thing. So, but definitely do it.
And doing what works for you, like for Monteleone's, I mean, there's only one. You know, bars, there's a zillion bars in El Paso, but you have to figure out what works for you.
Exactly. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. That's how I like to start off my podcast. And right now, I think we'll just start with Laura and Gary. Let's deep dive with your all's businesses. I don't want to say restaurants because they're not all restaurants. Now we have a drive-in. You guys have Wrap and Roll. You guys have Monteleone's, and there's something in the mail. I just found out. I'm super excited for you guys, El Paso. So I'm gonna let you guys take it away. No pressure. No.
The new thing we've recently opened is the Blue Moon Drive-In. And what we're doing there is bringing back the old vintage nostalgia of the drive-in movie theater. You don't bring your own car in.
Right.
We have facade
It's
vehicles.
a theme. Right.
Right. And we have an old type snack bar with all the stuff that used to be in the snack bars. At the, and the movies are made just like the old vintage style that it was. From the introduction through the, buy some mosquito killer for your,
Right, you have all the old ads in there, and like the old dancing, like you said, the dancing hot dog and popcorn and stuff like that at the beginning. It's super fun. Yes, it's awesome.
And then they're the old horror movies from Vincent Price and the old sci-fi.
How do you get those movies?
From a friend of mine in California.
Okay.
That I worked with at Universal.
So just on that real quick, because there is a theme within your themes. As far as any of your all's businesses that you go to, it's completely not like anything you've ever walked into. If we want to tell people, you used to build movie sets in Hollywood.
Correct.
Yeah, so that's where the inspiration and the talent and the imagination, I mean, it's so cool. Any of their businesses, it's just like you walk in, you're like, oh my gosh, it's like a fun zone, you know? You're not expecting it, and you go around the corner and there's something else cool jumping out at you. So if you want to talk a little bit about that, like how you guys came to start, your businesses and your Monopoly Square and everything. Like you got your own block now.
Yeah, we started with Monteleone's, and we didn't plan on a haunted type situation. It just, when we started the construction,
things happened.
We had some things going on, and
with the decor, it almost seems as though there was some other influences that steered us in that direction. And if some of you haven't seen, we were featured on Paranormal Witness.
Yes.
The name of it's season 3. The name of the episode is called Dining with the Dead. And we were also featured on the Texas Bucket List. But I think some of those ghostly influences that are there kind of added to the decor and where we went with that.
The ambiance and everything, yeah. Absolutely. And so my Nina, Lady D, she's a very well-known psychic here in El Paso. That's how I met you guys, was y'all were working together, and she's the psychic who's in that episode, right? So if we want to talk a little bit about like what goes on there or said to go on.
She helped us so much because we had a bad spirit there, and it really happened during the expansion. And,
did I hear that right?
Anyway,
that makes me want to go now.
He was throwing things at us, and we just had a lot of things going on that
a lot of
we
activity.
weren't used to. We had seen scary shows on TV and whatever, but to actually live it's a different situation.
Oh yeah. I mean, you guys found things like in the walls and under the floorboards, like memorabilia from when the building was first
1922. What we have physical evidence is we have a certificate from the state of Texas certifying this group as a spiritualist church. And that's dated 1922, I believe. And then we have an actual plaque apparently was placed on the outside of the building that's dated 1923.
Okay.
But it features the same name as on the certificate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool. That makes, oh my gosh, like keep talking about it because you're just like piquing people's interest right here. So what are some of the things that happen or said to happen at Monteleone's that you may experience when you go? Like some of the things that y'all touched base on in the episode.
Well, Diana was able to get rid of the bad spirit.
Right.
It ended up the gentleman's daughter was there with him. So when Diana was pushing him out, she didn't want to go. So she asked if she could stay.
Okay.
And I told Diana as long as she doesn't cause any trouble.
Right. Sure.
That's okay. They all hated me for it. But I figured we already have a few, right?
I mean, what place in El Paso, like everyone's like, is this place haunted? My question is like, what place isn't, you know?
That's true.
Yeah,
Right,
I mean,
right.
this is the Old West, so.
Right.
Okay.
So she's there, and she'll play. If you order a beer, she likes to play with the cap. So if you order a beer and you want her to come to your table, just ask the server for the cap.
Okay.
And you put it on, and she'll, not
Move it,
everybody's
sure.
table, but she'll come over and you'll see it start to click.
That's crazy.
And if she likes you, she'll stay there the whole time.
That's cool. Now, you also have a gentleman in the corner, don't you?
Albert.
Albert, yeah, because we always sit at Albert's table.
Right.
What's up with Albert?
He's kind of the
Protector of the business.
yeah,
Okay.
and he kind of does pranks on people.
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah.
As well.
Okay.
We had a group come in and they were skeptics and they were recording and they kept taunting
Oof.
and they were recording.
Yeah.
They didn't hear anything while they were there, but on the recording they came back and showed us the recording and you could hear in a very deep voice say, "Get out." Get out.
I know.
So they turned into believers, but that's the whole thing, that they respect our space, we respect
100%.
their space.
Right.
100%.
That's-
Yeah.
I was about to say, I'm like, that was well deserved. I
don't blame Albert for
don't blame
kicking him out.
Albert.
Yeah.
Yes, I definitely tell all the customers that they respect our space, we respect theirs.
Yes.
You might see your glass move a little bit, your silverware might fall for no apparent reason, but they're letting you know they're there in a respectful manner.
Right. That's so cool. And you'll know Monteleone's right off the freeway between Copia and Piedras. There is a big mafioso dude outside. It's one of a kind, truly. So tell us about your other businesses as well, please.
Okay. Well, the Wrap and Roll Cafe, I took off the old carnival theme. So inside the dining room, you dine on a 1946 Carnival roller coaster. And then the booths are made up like of the old games that the carnivals had. And then we have an old carnival area where you win the old stuffed animals and stuff like that.
That's awesome. And so my Nina used to have a psychic shop right in front of Wrap and Roll.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That was super cool. And it has the two tall ladies there. Yeah. I love that. I mean, I'm telling you, all the buildings that you guys have, they're like 100 years old. There's so much history there. And it's San Marcial?
Yes.
Okay. So that's the street that they're off of. And are you doing anything with that building right now? Or is that the one that's in the mail?
That's the haunted motel and restaurant.
Okay. And when is that one going to be coming out?
In August.
Okay.
Probably about mid of August.
And it's not a hotel, it's a theme, guys. So all of these restaurants and the Blue Moon Drive-In, they're all themes. Just so you guys are aware of that. It's not a hotel and a restaurant. It's a hotel theme restaurant.
Right. You actually will dine in your own motel room.
That is so cool.
It has a real neat interior.
Oh my gosh. Everything you guys do is gold. I love it. Thank you so much for bringing this to El Paso. It's truly a treat. If you guys haven't checked out one or all of their businesses, you're honestly missing out. do yourself a favor and check them out. Take your family, take your friends. You will impress everyone that you take to these establishments. That's a guarantee. The food is amazing. Like, I cannot get that hot dog out of my mind from Blue Moon Drive-In. You make your own bread there.
Homemade.
I think about that hot dog at least once a week. I'm not gonna lie. I wish like I could just drive in and go get those hot dogs. And yeah, you're right. In the snack room in the Blue Moon Drive-In, it has like ET. It's very nostalgia. It has the thing and like all the good snacks. You got Zappos chips. You got all the candy. You got popcorn. Everything and anything you need for an awesome everything you need for a perfect experience.
Even the bathroom has.
Oh yes. You have like all the cool.
Unique, yeah.
It has all the cool older movie like horror dudes in it, but I'm not going to tell you who. You have to go check it out.
There you go.
Is there anything else? Like, do you guys have anything upcoming events, promos, or anything we want to mention?
Once a month we have the art fair.
What?
Outside of the Wrap and Roll.
Okay.
And we
I need to go.
it's the Kaleidoscope.
Yes, with Nikki and Chef Kiki.
So she has a bunch of artists come down, and it makes for a real fun evening.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it. So that's once a month?
Right.
And what, like the first?
It's usually the latter part of the month.
Okay. So make sure to follow
on Kaleidoscope or Wrap and Roll.
Okay, awesome. So you have a Wrap and Roll page. Can we let people know how they find you guys so they can follow and be part of your Facebook giveaways and all that good stuff as well?
Monteleone's Ristorante on Facebook.
Okay.
And the Blue Moon Drive-In is on Facebook as well as Wrap and Roll. We just recently for the drive-in opened a
Instagram.
little website.
Oh, we have the website. Yeah, so that's how they can go and register for get their tickets. And it's $15. It comes with a dinner and a show.
And the movie.
Yeah, so it's a great deal. I mean, if you guys have any birthdays so they're open
Friday and Saturday.
But if you want a special event, your own, you can talk to them about booking the other days. I mean, they have 5 other days to help you guys out with your special occasions. You guys have to check them out. That's all I can really say about them. And tell them I sent you. And real quick, so I have someone. How did you come up with the idea for the guy on the restaurant wall? And does he have a name on Monteleone's?
No, I just wanted a unique front.
Yeah.
And I figured nothing better than a big mobster with a cigar.
Yes. It's just like, what is that? Is it a speakeasy? Is it a restaurant? I don't know, but I need to go. And then they say, yes, thank you guys for bringing your business to El Paso. Love them. Love you too. Oh, thanks, Laura. Love you too for doing this. Awesome. Everybody's appreciative of what you guys are bringing to the city, as we all should be, because it's amazing. So unique in central El Paso, the heart of El Paso, the new hotspot of El Paso, off of Copia, between Copia and Piedras, right on the gateway access. All right. Do we say everything? Do we want to mention anything else?
No, I think we...
All right.
The new play, the motel and restaurant, is haunted as well. We tried living there for a year. It didn't work out too well.
No?
And then that's when we invited Diana to open her shop.
Okay. Oh, so it's yes.
Kind of help us
yes.
out there.
That is such a cool building too. It's super pretty.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. Heck yes. All right. Michelle, it's your turn. All right, so we have the Hippie Girl Natural Products. You have your spa. You have Full Moon Bash.
Yes.
Deep dive, girl. Tell us all about you.
Okay, so we're moving the spa to the west side. So the spa did shut down during COVID. It was really hard for anybody who had appointments, clearly, because of the pandemic going on, to keep it open. So I decided to shut it down so that I can reopen on the west side, which is where my spa originally opened, and focus solely on what was Hippie Girl and the natural products, which I have actually been wanting to do that for years, and the pandemic just kind of pushed me and helped me and guided me to getting there. So I was really grateful, but of course running a store is nothing like running a spa. I had to learn how to do retail, what hours, everything changed because the spa and the boutique run completely different. So a lot of the readjusting, and once Hippie Girl started to hit off, then it wasn't feasible to still stay in the same building because we needed like a warehouse. So recently we moved out of the warehouse and turned Hippie Girl into just a boutique. So it's definitely been growth, but like every growth, you know, you have, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll move in one day we'll be going, and no. You know, a lot of setbacks, and that's okay. It's just constant movements forward and progress. And so that's where we're at. And now that Hippie Girl's a boutique, we did change the hours. So now we're open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only. And those days we are having events. And every event is different. We have like painting classes. We have a lot of like moon related events, like the new moon. We have like more relaxing stuff. We have the Moon Lovers Brunch that teaches people what, you know, the moon components are and why people, how people used it like in ancient times.
Sure.
Like for
phases and everything,
right.
And what goes on, what you can
how
do.
to manifest and
Yes.
you know the whole history behind it, because I didn't know either. Like I think the moon people found me, and then I was like, all right girls, like, let's do this.
You were meant for me.
Let's have a party.
And manifesting, I mean, the power behind that, you know what I mean? So it's great that you offer something like that, you know?
Yeah, so it's a very different, of course, platform. It's and the full moon we just do like tarot readings, stuff like that, and it's like in a very, you know, kind of like how you said, like I guess there's like different stuff. Like there's like people that think that it's more dark, and we do it more like a gypsy, like, you know, very
hippie girl way. Yes.
So, you know, for us, it's been like through the pandemic, it was like readjusting, understanding that I now have a boutique, not a spa, and, you know, creating these events as a means to like pull people in, like come over and, you know, shop, support your girl, get a soap, and that's basically what I've been doing and focusing on. So a lot of people haven't seen me a lot on social media. I don't get to hang out with my friends as much, but it's been because I'm working on 3 different businesses. It's been a whirlwind of a time, but I'm loving it.
Well, and I love how you said basically throughout, you know, the pandemic, and really every day for business owners, you have to adapt and overcome. We never know what the market is going to do or bring, or like during the pandemic, they're asking all business owners to build a house on quicksand, basically, because it was changing constantly, you know? So you just have to adapt and overcome and make it work, you know? Because that's your baby, you know? Yeah. So, you have 3 businesses now, and you do different events. Tell us about some of your products that you carry, because everything is natural, all handmade.
Yes, everything is natural. So I have the warehouse, which is where we're creating the products, and it was in order to be able to mass produce. You know, making products isn't clean. It's kind of like a kitchen. Like you're constantly cleaning it, but it's not clean. So there's oils on the floors or something spills, and we just needed a lot of space. So the warehouse is just somewhere where we go, and it helps us spread out, and, you know, instead of making like a dozen of scalp therapies, you know, now we do 120, or, you know, so it was also understanding that I would go and create small amounts. So I would this is when it was at Hippie Girl, the product production, and I would make like, you know, lip balms, lotion, scalp therapy, and soap all in one day because it was small amounts. But now that it's bigger amounts, I didn't take into account the time, the machines needed, you know, the extra molds, the buying in bigger bulks, and having like a system for inventory. So it was creating that, and that's where Hippie Girl's at. And the website, and anybody that orders from the website, we do really good on sales. El Paso is very supportive. So the website sales is those go to the warehouse, and then the boutique just happens to be like a store that actually buys products from the warehouse as like retail. And that's why
I see what you're doing.
Yes. So each business is actually not even connected anymore. I mean, it is through the name, and obviously it's me running all of them, but they're separate entities, and that was like a goal that I had. But I didn't think that I would take the plunge like during a pandemic and just get tired of this. And you know what, I need to grow, I need to get out, I need to move forward. And so I was really grateful for the pandemic for a lot of things. It did shift my mind and just push me towards my goals, which was Hippie Girl. So we create the natural products. It's natural skincare. We do custom orders. The thing that I'm most proud of is like the soaps that it's a recipe that I came up with on my own. And the recipe is like for people that have dry skin, eczema, diabetes.
El Paso skin,
Paso is full of this: psoriasis, eczema, diabetes. Those tend like aging, you know, and we have premature aging problems because we're in the sun all the time.
Yes.
So the soaps help people with skin conditions like mine, which is, like you said, a lot of people in El Paso. So
Right.
That's where my focus is on, like serving like the people here, and of course anybody with those problems, it helps their skin as well.
That's awesome. And you also, because I've been a guest on one of your book, you have the book club, El Paso Entrepreneur Book Club. Yes.
Okay, so the Entrepreneur Book Club came because I've done business coaching, and they are always asking me to read a book. And when I get together with my friends, they're like, okay, well, what did you learn, or what are you studying, or, you know, hey, I just learned this. And it was just a way of like extending that same knowledge to anybody else who's interested.
Like-minded, yeah,
Right.
wanting to.
Yes, there's a lot of us that are business owners that have no direction. I think I studied to be a teacher. I don't know how I ended up a business owner. I have no clue what I'm doing, and so I needed to have people to help me understand, like, this is the direction. Like, you're working hard, but we want you to work smart, and this is how you get there.
Well, you're still a teacher, just so you know, like what you do, because honestly, you're a big time networker. You motivate and teach and lift people up around you. Like your team, you help them all, you know. So and they help you. You know, it's scratching backs and all that stuff. But you are, I know you said you went to school to be a teacher, but girl, you're teaching. You are doing it. And then also you offer custom orders, right? For your products. So if somebody has a specific something they're trying to work on,
like a Johnny Cash basket.
So what's that about?
We created like a Johnny Cash soap, but yes, like any theme, like weddings, other businesses, that we get creative with whatever your ideas are. So we do. It's like you said, it's a custom order, so it's based on your custom needs and what your budget is. Like
Right.
if you need like something more like a sample size, like to give out, like businesses that go to like networking services, right? Like they always like something to hand out, so we gear towards those. We make like candles for, you know, graduations, weddings. We preserve flowers, like for people that have passed away.
Yes,
And
that is
what we
really
do
cool.
We create candles with their last flowers for the family, and these are like 100-hour candles. So it's not like a candle. It's a candle that's gonna last you for a long time. But we preserve the flowers. We do things like that. So you know,
That's very
people
special.
are
That's
very
different
active.
and unique for like I've never heard of that. I remember the first time going to do a live feed at your place. There's flowers hanging from the ceiling everywhere, and that's what I really like to see, is because that goes into your product. Your garden goes into your product. You know, it's all natural.
Yes.
The mask spray too. She does
Oh,
like
yeah.
a spray for the face mask.
Okay.
Breaking out. That was really cool. I like
Yes.
So a lot of people suffered, you know, from acne, but kind of like you said, we just navigate towards what the community needs. So what your needs are, I make natural products. Tell me what your needs are, and I'll go with that.
Yes.
You know,
So cool.
So we did create like the face mask sanitizers to help people prevent like acne, or, you know, how many of us were reusing our masks and still are, but we don't sanitize them. And you want to sanitize them with something that's going to help you. Like with lavender, it helps ease anxiety, like stress of like having the mask, you know, and it sanitizes at the same time. And speaking of lavender, we just launched our lavender joints, which have been a huge hit.
Tell us about these.
For 420, I did a joint rolling class to launch these lavender joints, and I studied maybe like for a year or a year and a half. It was like an idea that was coming to life. I was like, I really want to do these lavender joints. First, is it legal?
Yeah.
All my lawyer friends, I'm like, excuse me, do you know? So we asked judges, it came to, okay, let me know that I can do this. So yes, it's absolutely legal. It's a lavender joint, and smoking it gives you like the same effects as like aromatherapy, or using it on a lotion or something like that. Some people just like the notion of smoking gives them like it releases anxiety, right? So it releases anxiety, it reduces stress, and it helps people like with insomnia. So it's the same benefits as lavender. It tastes really good, and of course it doesn't come out like on drug tests.
Yeah.
So it's been a really big hit.
So unique.
We are
Everybody
selling
loves
a lot of
lavender.
joints, yeah.
And do you still have the lavender room?
Yes.
Okay. So you want to tell us a little bit about that little nice retreat for y'all out there?
Yes, so we've been renting out the Lavender Lounge, like either to other businesses that want to go and do a pop-up there, or to people who want to just enjoy the Lavender Lounge and relax. And like you said, we just have a lot of lavender aromatherapy. That's why I'm so calm, like, because there's so much.
I'm on lavender, man. I love it.
It's all the lavender in my office. And actually, when people walk into Hippie Girl, we get that a lot. Like, it's so peaceful here. I'm like, it's the lavender.
Yes, yes.
We're all just chilling.
That's awesome. So make sure to follow. And if you can tell us your Facebook and Instagram pages, so that way they can see all because you're active. You have different events, you have different classes, you have different book clubs. You're always doing stuff, which is important. You want to, hey, we're here. We always want to let people know we got something going on, so you don't have to just come once a year or whatever. We want you coming all the time. How do we find you?
Okay, so I'm under Hippie Girl Natural Products on Facebook. On as Hippie Girl 915. That's on Twitter, on Instagram, on Snapchat.
And that's for yours.
TikTok.
Yeah.
It's Hippie Girl 915.
Okay. And then the Full Moon Bash, you want to mention that one too?
Yes, so all our events are on our website. It's under hippieGirlNaturalProducts.com events, and you'll be able to see kind of what's going on every day that Hippie Girl is open, because we're going to have, like I said, on our marketing, we've been focusing a lot on events. So we have a lot of things going on there at Hippie Girl.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Cynthia. All right. Let's do a deep dive. So we have the cash bar. You're a busy lady. You're also an immigration attorney. And so I'm just going to let you take it away. Let's talk about everything and anything you want to talk about.
Yes, so I practice immigration law. I specialize in removal defense and family-based petitions, and like I said, I've been doing that for a little over 10 years now. And then I had a podcast. I still have the podcast. We just haven't done any recent episodes, but we're kind of retooling it, reconfiguring the way that we do it. But it's called Dream Podcast, and it's available on. It's not on Spotify, but it's on pretty much every other platform.
Okay.
So if you just Google Dream, well, actually, our website is dreampodcast.net, I believe.
Okay.
And then, Johnny Cash, we opened in November, and it's restaurant and bar. We are open during the week till 12th, I think, and then, well, I don't even know, Fridays and Saturdays till 2.
Okay.
So we have karaoke on Sundays. We have DJ Primo, who's a really popular DJ on Fridays and Saturdays, and then we have DJ Gilbert he's a VDJ, so he actually shows like videos.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yeah, it's fun, and
it's
it's
different.
like 80s throwback.
Okay.
So that's on Thursdays. Tuesdays we have the Dollar Tacos, so that's a huge hit.
Yes.
And then we
Very
have football
good.
starting up, so that's exciting. We are a 49ers bar. I am personally a Cowboys fan, but the bar is a 49ers bar. So,
how did that happen?
Yeah. So I told them, like, I'll wear a 49ers jersey, but I'm still a Cowboy fan. As long as they're not playing the Cowboys, I'll wear the jersey. So, yeah, we're looking forward to football season starting up. So, yeah, 49ers, like, super headquarters.
Okay. And I've been to, y'all also do trivia nights. I've been to one of y'all's trivia nights. That was super fun.
Yeah, we did. So we were doing Golden Girls trivia.
Yes.
We're kind of changing the theme here and there, probably
Sure.
monthly. But we did a couple Golden Girls trivia. People really liked the Golden Girls trivia, so we might go back to that.
Yeah.
We do different events. We also were doing Loteria.
Okay.
So those events are usually on Wednesday nights.
Okay.
So yeah, just follow our social media, and we usually post about the different events that we have coming up.
Perfect. Awesome. And your other businesses, do we cover everything? I know you also just started the El Paso.
Yes, so
I don't want to say it wrong.
yeah,
I know it's not association or.
I'm the president of the El Paso Queer Bar Association, which is
okay.
It's not a business really. It's actually an organization for it's the LGBTQ legal bar for El Paso. So
That's
if you're
awesome.
an attorney or legal professional, a lot of times we're involved in different organizations. Like I'm a member of the American Bar Association, the Hispanic Bar Association, and the El Paso Bar Association. But there wasn't an LGBT bar association, so we kind of created that like 5 years ago, more or less. And Michelle actually is on the board. She helps us a lot with community outreach and things like that, and
Okay.
organizing events, which has been a huge help. And she helped us create an online event. It's called Making Queer History. And so what we do is we highlight local LGBT or allies
That's great.
that are in the community doing business. So we've had Sushi Girl, we've had Uriel Posada from Univision. We have tonight Nico Andrews, who's the host at, he does events, but he's the main host at Touch Bar.
Okay.
So they do drag shows like almost every night.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I love to go to drag. I used to go all the time with my friend Letian Waters. We had so much fun. I didn't know we could do that here.
Oh, we have amazing drag queens in El Paso. And so he hosts there at Touch Bar.
Okay.
And then we also did at Johnny Cash. We did for Pride. We had in conjunction with the El Paso Queer Bar Association, we had a 5K run, and it was supposed to be a 1K walk. And then afterwards we did a drag brunch, and that was a lot of fun. So,
Oh, cool.
yeah, so we have Making Queer History. Michelle would probably know the dates better than I would. Every other Wednesday.
Every other Wednesday at 6 p.m. and it goes live on Facebook Live.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you follow, you could just do EPQBA also, but the El Paso Queer Bar Association. If you give it a follow on Facebook, you'll have access to those. We also had Aaron Torres from Sleep Never.
Oh, nice.
Yes, we had a lot of Nicholas Reyes, who has his own hair salon. Carlos Reyes. Yeah, so we've had a lot of. Try to feature.
Jamie Lynn Amato.
Yeah, Jamie Lynn, the songbird of El Paso. She calls herself. She's a great singer. So we try to highlight.
That's awesome.
And then we also do, through the Queer Bar Association, we also do events. We haven't been able to do very much because of COVID, but we were doing a lot of, like, for example, naturalization fairs where we're helping people fill out their applications to become citizens. So
That's cool.
we try to do, like, community, whatever the community needs to provide some, like, free legal services. And so we want to do one coming up. So any ideas people have, any needs that they see, let us know, because we've mostly been doing naturalization because most of us are immigration practitioners, but yeah, we want to do maybe something more like family oriented. But yeah, now that COVID's kind of going away, hopefully we can do something soon.
Definitely. Awesome. And if you want to plug all your pages, how people can find you on all of them, please.
Yes, so I was trying to sneak a peek earlier because I don't even know. So Cash is Johnny Cash _bar on Instagram. I have to look at it because my Instagram, mine is Cynthia.R.L because Cynthia R Lopez is my my law practice, and then the website also you could just do CynthiaRLopez.com. The El Paso Queer Bar is El Paso Queer Bar on Facebook, on Instagram.
It's also like that.
Yeah, I think it's El Paso Queer Bar also on Instagram. Dreampodcast.net. You can also email me dreampodcast01@gmail. I think that covers all of them.
That's
Contact
awesome.
me anyway.
Yes. Just contact me.
For the most part, if you just Google Cynthia R. Lopez attorney,
They'll come
you'll
up.
find me.
I think it's like, anyway, just don't call me.
Speaking
Yeah.
Speaking of the professionals, I pay a lot to make sure that I come up.
Yes. That's awesome. Well, did we cover everything, guys? Do we have anything that maybe we forgot to mention that we want to shout out there real quick? I just want to make sure we didn't miss anything.
Just real quick, our hours at Monteleone's we're just at this time open Thursday 5 to 8,
Okay.
Friday, Saturday 5 to 9.
Okay, perfect. And then Friday and Saturday for Blue Moon?
Yes,
And-
gates open at 8:30. Movie starts. Well, we have live music from 8 to 9. and then the movie starts around 9:50.
It's a whole experience, guys. $15 gets you a movie ticket. Again, you have the live music, and then you get dinner with it. Definitely check them out. And then wrap and roll hours.
Friday and Saturday, we're open from 6 to 10 p.m.
I need to go there. All right, awesome.
And then Johnny Cash, we're open every day at 2.
Okay.
Every day of the week. We're at 11335 Montwood. It's close to
Chicos Tacos.
Yeah, it's close to the Chicos Tacos. It's close to the Target on Georgia Deer in Montwood. Yeah, and we constantly have events. We just finished our live music series, but we'll probably have
That sounds awesome.
More live music.
Man, that's one thing we are all missing is live music. So,
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
and please,
love it.
all of y'all, if you guys have any events or anything in your stories, tag me with them so I can share them and try and help send people your way as well.
Yeah, one thing I did forget to plug. I'm also on the board with the El Paso International Music Foundation. So if you guys ever need, to know what's going on in the music scene in El Paso, they're a great organization to follow. They just got El Paso designated as a music-friendly community. So,
Love that.
Yeah, so they're doing a lot of great stuff. So give them a follow as well.
Awesome.
And shout out to you because you
Oh.
are
Yes,
so awesome.
absolutely.
Oh,
at
guys,
planning.
please.
Yeah.
Thank you,
You
guys. I
mention local
appreciate it.
businesses and you go out and you really check it out. And
It's my pleasure.
Yeah.
I love this city, and I just want to highlight it and get people to love it as much as I do. I started this almost 9 years ago, and I'm telling you, the mentality change is night and day from where I started this. I love going out and seeing people wear El Paso shirts and like representing the city wherever they travel, bringing people in from out of town, and those people not wanting to leave. Like, I love that so much. It's so cool to have, hear positive things about our city because it's awesome here.
And
The only thing that's
you are a big part of that.
Oh, well, thank you so
are a
much.
big
I do
part of that.
appreciate it. I do appreciate
No
it.
doubt.
I love this city, and I hope you guys too. So thank you guys so much at home for going local. Thanks for listening. Please check out these freaking awesome businesses, and as always, tell them I sent you. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.